The news coming out of here today is that new tickets for all the shows go on sale tomorrow, and the last night of the Pythons, which will be on July the 20th, the final show, that's going to be shown in cinemas all over the UK, in fact 570 cinemas, 1,800 worldwide, and also on the Gold television channel as well. Monty Python Sings Again, the album has been re-released again today, and Monty Python's Total Rubbish, a complete collection of all 9 albums and a fan club, probably going to be the worst run fan club in the world, that is also launched today. You'll find all that in your press releases, really, I'm sure it's all there. So the men are here. Please welcome on stage John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, Eric Idle, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin. Monty Python flies again. John's taking the hostage. One Direction have really let themselves go, haven't they?
We've done 2 public dress rehearsals already with the size set that we're going to use at O2 replicated up in North London, and we had an audience of about 300 people watching this, us sort of rehearsing on this vast set, which is going to be the one at O2. So it was rather odd, you know, it was going to be 14,700 more people watching it at O2.
You're supposed to get off.
Merchandise. Merchandise just arrived, hot off the presses.
Let's keep this here, just to get it interesting.
So, as you said, it's a show for 1,400 people. I think the last time you performed together was the Hollywood Bowl, wasn't it?
Well, it's more like 15,000 people.
Yeah.
Did I say 1,400?
What did I say? 1,400?
But the Hollywood Bowl we did 8,000 because the Hollywood Bowl takes 16, we cut it in half.
So they bring the trees down.
Like Burnham
Yes, yes.
comes to Dunsinane.
Actually, we've done things, the Spanish Inquisition, we've never done on stage before.
Well, the news, it's more like new to the audience. I mean, what happened was that after the Hollywood Bowl, we did The Meaning of Life. So none of that stuff has ever been seen. We've never done that publicly. And so we do a few of that, and we've added a lot of songs and music to it. And in fact, we sort of brought back musical review, which is what used to be a form in the 50s. And nobody's ever done it since, probably for very good reason. So, but it works quite nicely because it means that when we do a sketch, then there's a song, a Python song will break out. And I have to say it's pretty filthy. Don't you think? It's very disgusting. I'm happy and proud to say it's actually rather filthy. I asked everybody what they wanted to do, what was their favourite sketch, or what to do on the last time out. What do you want to do? And they gave me a list of things, and I went away and assembled things, and then we got back together and read it, and criticised it, and did it again, and then it's been sort of evolving because...
I mean, we did think that we should do the classics. I mean, people are going to want to see the sketches that they all talk about. So that wasn't a question of writing new material, it was just sort of fitting in the good old material into a nice new format with, as I say, the dancers and the production and all that, and give us a chance to change
and with a lot of stuff that we haven't actually previously done on stage too, that sort of got overlooked and have never been done. So that's kind of fun for us to do, so maybe a bit scary.
Well, you did rather enjoy it, really. It's good, it was very good.
Maybe backstage pulling some boys.
Yes.
He got on just before you three took over.
He wouldn't have a clue what was going on. He's on screen, of course, and in fact he even sings the last number. So his presence is we're obviously trying to make his presence noticeable in the show, so he's not totally absent. I mean, and he's certainly not forgotten.
Hi, Neil Curry from CNN. I'd just like to follow up from the Rolling Stones intro there. Does it seem, Eric, like you were putting together a rock reunion, putting together a set list with your songs and sketches?
Well, there are many similarities. Obviously, if you go out and do a stadium and you're going to look at your material, they want to see the parrot. They do want to see certain. Let's spend the night together. They actually do, and it would be folly to try and write better things than our...
I don't know if you saw the lovely piece written about you over the weekend by Eddie Izzard.
Oh.
Obviously, you should definitely check it out. There's obviously a lot of people very, very excited to see you again. How are you dealing with the pressure, the weight of expectation?
Very badly. Personally.
We've been working,
I have.
you know, so it's been endless. It's been a lot of hard work. We started we've been working afternoons and evenings on the actual stage, and it's very technical. There's a lot of cues, there's a lot of film, there's subtitles, and all sorts. So just getting the technique of the show right has been hard in itself. Amazing. We put on a musical in 2 weeks, and so now it just feels like exciting. There's nothing more to be done. We just go out there and see what happens.
See what happens, yeah, that's right.
The show should be gelling by then. It makes sense to do the last one live. When we thought it was going to be the last one, we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to put this on around the world? Just like it's a world event. So it's on in American television, films, screens, and it's on in Australia too. It's all over the place. And that's really quite exciting. It means you're actually going to say goodbye publicly on one show, and nobody ever has the chance to do that. The Beatles didn't get a last good night, and I think that's rather lovely. I think it's sweet and dear and gracious, and I'm very grateful that that's sort of come to be.
This show is nothing like as tiring as doing a one-man show.
No,
I do
that's
about
what
an hour
I
and
find.
15 minutes, much more tiring. This is lovely. You go off, you have a chat, you change, put a silly hat on, and you go back on again. It's really quite relaxed.
We saw the Finnish flags in the taster, so am I right in assuming that we will hear the Finland song? And why Finland? How do you feel about Finland?
Finland,
It's Michael's song.
Country I
Michael wrote
want to
Finland.
be.
It's a
Your
beautiful
mountains
song.
so lofty, your treetops and tall. Finland, 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 Finland has it all. You're so sadly neglected and often ignored. A poor second to Belgium when going abroad.
It also fits in nicely with the Viking theme, who also like spam. So it's sort of pushing things together that have sort of vague themes in common. So that's why they suddenly sing Finland.
Yeah.
And it's a great song.
Yes.
It's a beautiful tune. My favourite tune too, I think.
I don't think I read the tune.
No.
But anyway, Finland, it's a lovely country. I've been there and I've enjoyed Helsinki a lot, but it's kind of not one of those countries people hear about very much. So I think to devote a song to Finland is rather nice. It's recognising a quiet, modest country.
One more question.
Oh, he's got one more. Okay.
It's just
silver question.
before the Flying Circus, three of you made a lovely TV special called How to Irritate People.
Oh, yes.
And I wondered if John, Michael, and Graham, who created and participated in this, were more irritating during the work than the others. What is the most irritating habit that each of you have while working together?
Oh, we got the fire, didn't we?
Yeah. yeah. I don't know, really. They're not terribly irritating when we're working together. I mean, occasionally we'll invent a new line that wasn't in it before. That's good, that's creative.
You said that when you were in an interesting country, we would have all been watching, right?
And Eric, in the stage show, Spamalot, which you brought back recently, you continually put in new jokes. What's it been like trying to think of new ideas for some of the older sketches? Have you adapted them in any way?
We've had little tightens and new slight lines and things. Yes, there's certainly been that. And it's fun to think of a new line now and again and put things in if it goes through. And we've got a very nice film gag with Stephen Hawking, as I said before. That's very nice. And Professor Brian Cox.
It's also
there's one or two surprises still.
It's a huge stage, that we're performing on. So a lot of the sketches sort of expanded a little bit to use the scale and the space. It's rather nice, really, because we're used to performing in some television-sized spaces.
Any guess
For the World Cup, is Brazil going to win, since you mentioned
England will win the
song
World
for-
Cup.
Yeah.
What can you tell for Brazilian fans of Monty Python and World Cup, of course?
Oh, great country. I hope you win the World Cup. It's a nice spirit. No, I just think the whole World Cup, the spirit of the country, the host country, always affects the World Cup. And Brazil's affected it very nicely because it seems to be light and fun, and everyone's having a good time. And Latin American teams with their sort of flair seem to be doing rather well, and I like that.
Okay, I think these lovely men would love to talk to you for the rest of the day, but we have run out of time, I'm afraid. So thank you so much for your questions. I hope everybody got exactly what they wanted. They will be Monty Python flies again from tomorrow.